Over the next 3 days, I will be eating copious amounts of food in the blazing Orlando sun for your entertainment. Do you want to know what food at EPCOT's Food and Wine Festival is actually good? Do you want to watch an idiot like me eat and rank all of that food in 3 days? Then you clicked on the right video. I mean, like, how hard could this really be?
Oh, you're
I think I might need to start pacing myself. It's so spicy.
This is taking a turn.
Well, let's not waste any more time. Cue the day one Disney fit check. Let's do this. Son of a shout out SeaWorld, just kidding, that place. Day one, let's go get some food. All right, so let's go over some ground rules. Rule number 1, I can only eat food that's specific to the Food and Wine Festival. Rule number 2, I can only eat each food one time. Rule number 3, I have to eat food from every single pavilion within the 3-day time limit. Now, I'm also going to be ranking this food for you on 2 criteria. I'm going to score it from 1 to 10 on taste, and I'm going to score it again from 1 to 10 based on perceived value. We're also going to be performing a random side quest. We're going to see how many ducks we can find over the course of 3 days. So I want you to comment down below how many ducks you think we're going to see. While you're there, hit the subscribe button. Thank you. Now, the first day of the festival was on a Thursday, and due to our work schedule, we were only able to be here for about 2 hours. So that means that I pretty much have to eat the entire theme park in the course of 2 days and not 3. Now, the first stand is Earth Eats. This red wine braised short rib said it had goat cheese polenta. I wasn't really sure what polenta was. It kind of tasted like a cheesy grits. The meat was pretty tender, and overall, this was pretty good. I mean, it did have olives in it. If you're a person that's not really into olives, then, like, don't get this, because it has olives. Score is 13 out of 20. Then we get to the lemon poppy seed, which for some reason had a flower on it. And because it had a flower on it, I thought I should eat it. So I ate the flower. And it turned out that that was the best tasting thing about this cake. This cake was dry and it tasted like lemon zest and vanilla, which I don't know what else I thought this was going to taste like. The score is 9 out of 20. Now, after Earth Eats, we had a little bit of a walk where we went past Figment's Imagination thing, and right to the left-hand side, there's a popcorn stand. We saw these 2 lovely ladies there. Thank you for being so nice. Universal would never.
Emotional damage.
So now we're going to try to knock out these 3 stands, which are all right next to each other. The first one we're going to do is Bramblewood Bites. And at Bramblewood Bites, we ended up only getting 1 food, and then we got a beer. The food we got was a grilled cider brine pork tenderloin. What a mouthful. This was $7. It said it's supposed to have chili apple butter and apple slaw. I didn't taste any apple butter. And, like, that's what I was most excited about. Also, there was a maple leaf on this food. Why are you giving me foliage? The pork was super dry because I don't think you're supposed to cook pork tenderloins on a grill to begin with. It wasn't good. I saw some people raving about this. I think you're wrong. I don't want dry meat in my mouth. 8 out of 20. The other thing we got was the Nitro Banana Foster Cream Ale from 81 Bay Brewing Company. Overall, this beer was pretty good. I would recommend getting this, but I wouldn't recommend getting the tenderloin. Overall, the beer was like a 7 out of 10. We literally didn't have to move at all, and we were at the next stand, which was Milled and Mulled. We're going to start off with the butternut squash and ginger bisque. I apologize we didn't get any close-ups. Like I said, we were kind of up against it with the 2-hour time limit, and all these stands had brand new workers. Understandably, they were taking a long time, which was fine, but it made it so we were kind of rushed. This butternut squash soup was disgusting. It tasted just like hot glue. There was no flavor. This was 4 out of 20. Do not get this squash soup, and anybody that tells you that this is good is not your friend. They're lying. However, the apple cinnamon and caramel churro sundae, this was absolutely delicious. This had little tiny churros on it that were filled with like cream cheese or something, and then it had vanilla ice cream and like apple pie filling. Now we're fucking talking. You should get this. This was delicious. This ended up being a 19 out of 20, which is one of the highest scores we gave to any food in this entire video. So if you're going to pick up anything, pick up this churro sundae for $5.25. Lastly, we had the apple strudel hard cider from Three Daughters. This was similar to a Strongbow, but it had like this added like cream cheese undertone. Overall, it was like a 7 out of 10. It's not necessary at all. Lastly, we went to Forest and Field. And this is where we got our first Emile's Fromage Montage. Now, Emile's Fromage Montage is a little game you can play. It's on the very last page of the little book you get when you walk inside. You collect 5 stamps at certain foods that are at the festival stands. If you can collect those 5 stamps, you bring it up front to the World Showcase to Shimmering Sips, and they're going to give you this little Dole Whip dessert. This year it's key lime pie. Last year was a mixed berry. I do review that later on in the video. But the thing we got at Forest and Field was the pumpkin mascarpone raviolis. Now, we did get these last year, and I was not a fan. This year they are $5.50, and they do taste different. Last year my issue with them was they were very sweet. This year they're less sweet. However, they're still not good. When you think about this, conceptually it sounds good, but when you eat it in practicality, it just tastes like unsweetened pumpkin pie filling in a ravioli. And you get 3 of these for $5.50. That's $1.83 a ravioli. What are we doing? That's a 6 out of 20. Tomorrow is going to be a lot of food. I'm going to try to knock out this whole World Showcase tomorrow as much as I possibly can. In case you didn't know, I'm kind of obsessed with Orangeburg. We did leave after this. It was around 1 o'clock. On a side note, one thing I didn't realize, because I'm an idiot, was that from 1 o'clock until 11 o'clock the next day, I wasn't going to be able to eat any food. So I'm doing an eating challenge, and I'm starving. It's 8:30 at night, and I'm actually hungry as shit. We left Disney at like 3:30, but in the spirit of the competition, I'm not eating anything. Natalie's already eaten ziti in front of me and was contemplating ordering Indian food. So I'm going to be plenty hungry tomorrow, and we're going to try to eat the entire World Showcase, which is probably not going to happen. Also, if anybody here's from Pennsylvania, shout out to Knoebels.
Your telephone is ringing. You might want to pick it up. I may not be a...
Day 2. How bad could it really be? For the love of God.
It was at this moment that he knew. He f***ed up.
Unlike yesterday, we're going to be here for an entire day, and I'm actively starving at this moment. We're going to pick up right where we left off in Canada. We're also going to have a bonus food here. It's just a drink from the refreshment post, which is right next to Canada. This is where you get the poutine year-round. You'll see the beer cheese and pretzel on screen. That's what we're going to get from Canada. But first I'm going to try this pumpkin spice mule from the refreshment post. This really delivers on exactly what you think it should taste like. I also like that you get it in this little tiny mule glass, which we kept. It's plastic, but that's pretty cool. This was also surprisingly strong for a Disney drink. Now, I did find out that you can buy this online, so maybe they're just pouring it into a little plastic mule cup and selling it to me for $12, but either way, it was pretty good. 10 out of 10. Onto the cheddar and bacon soup, which comes with a little pretzel roll. Now, this is really good. I actually think this is available year-round in one of the restaurants, but I tend to get this every single year at the Food and Wine Festival. I will say that the soup is a lot better than the pretzel roll. However, it is really good, so I'm going to give it a 16 out of 20. Alright, so first roadblock of the day. French Pavilion. only accepting cash. We don't have any. So now we have to get that tomorrow. So we're gonna have to skip France, get it tomorrow. I have to pull out cash at Wawa. Don't forget about this. We're gonna get it. Now we're gonna knock out 2 stands at once. We went to Brazil and Belgium, which are right next to each other. As you can see the spread in front of us. Why am I getting so much food already? I think I might need to start pacing myself. So this is 2 stands in one. Future Logan will tell you what they are. We're gonna start with Brazil. This is Brazilian cheese bread. And if you wanna know what it tastes like, it kinda just tastes like stuffed crust pizza, but just the crust. So if you have little kids, this is $5. You can also get a stamp for Emile's Fromage Montage. This little cheesy bread is pretty good for the price. Overall, I would recommend it, especially if you have kids. 15 out of 20. Then we're going to move on to Belgium. We're going to start off with the beer braised beef. It said this was smoked Gouda mashed potatoes. Disney, I didn't taste no Gouda, so I'd knock you a point. If you tell me I'm getting Gouda, where's my Gouda? Overall, this was still pretty good. 15 out of 20. Now we got the Belgian waffle with chocolate ganache. They do have another version of this, which has berries. But if you know anything about me, if I have a choice between chocolate and berries, I'm never choosing berries. Why would you do that either? The taste was a 9. I did dock it a little bit on value because of the size of the waffle, and also I just want this to be a Mickey waffle. 16 out of 20. Lastly, we have a beer flight. This is a really good beer flight if you're a person that's not too adventurous with beer. Everything on here is pretty neutral. There's nothing that's really high alcohol percentage or IPAs or anything like that. We do have a cherry red ale, a triple, and a wheat beer. This is like a solid 8 out of 10. If you're a person that just wants a good beer flight with a variety of beer, this might be the one you want to pick up. Next we moved on to Greece, and I got a lamb gyro. I know it's pronounced gyro, but I'm from Pennsylvania, and we say gyro. The image did show a full gyro, and then they handed me a half gyro. Disney, where's the rest of my gyro? Now, I will say this did taste pretty good because it's a gyro, but you could tell that it's just prepackaged meat. There's not like a guy back there like shaving it off the giant meat skewer. So I gave it a 7 out of 10 on taste, but I only gave it a 3 on value. So overall, that's just a 10 out of 20. I wouldn't get this unless you really want a gyro. This is the point in the day where it started to get really hot, and I was getting worried. Like my neck fan? It's pretty sweet. I know you're jealous. We're at Japan. Am I copping out and getting a teriyaki chicken bun? Yes. Do I care? Not really. Thank you. There is no way to portray the temperature through the camera. It is so hot. Let's just sit in the smoldering sun. My cowboy music right now. No. That's delicious. Now this teriyaki chicken bun did taste pretty good. I did have an issue with the price of it. It was $7.95 for one bun. So I gave it a 4 for value and a 9 for taste, which brought it to a 13 out of 20. Next up, we're at Flavors of America, and we did take the food inside the Regal Eagle because it was really hot. One pro tip is if you're at EPCOT and you're walking around the World Showcase, you can go inside the Regal Eagle, grab some air conditioning, and they have a self-service soda machine there where you can refill your water bottles. You're welcome. We got the Gulf Coast seafood roll. I've never had a warm lobster roll, so I wanted to try this. It was warm lobster, rock shrimp, lobster bisque, and cream frige with hot drawn butter. I was really surprised by this. This is something that I probably would not have gotten if it wasn't for this challenge. I believe this was there last year and I didn't try it. Surprisingly, a 17 out of 20. The other thing we got in America was this pumpkin cheesecake blonde stout. It did taste very similar to the Banana Foster's cream ale that we got yesterday. Just insert pumpkin instead of banana. And because of that, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 instead of 7 out of 10 because pumpkin is better than banana. I'm counting how much food we've eaten and how much we have left to go. And ain't no go for your boy. I'm going to do it though. I'm going to figure it out.
You starting to regret yourself?
Oh my God, please like and subscribe. For the love of God, please like and subscribe. There's going to be a button right here. Just click that. Thank you. For some reason, moving forward, I started announcing what the name of the food was or the country I got it from, like I was Johnny Knoxville about to announce my next stunt. This is Kisses. It could have been my impending heat stroke coupled with my meat sweats, or it could have been my ADHD exposing itself in my delirious state. I'm not really sure. Either way, I wanted you to know that this was Kisses. This is Kisses. Now that was pretty damn good. It's pretty damn good. In reality, this did just taste like reheated pepperoni pizza. It was hard and dry, and it was $9. That's a score of 8, and that was Kisses. Now, boy, if there's any time I wanted to eat cheesecake in my life, this is it. Natalie had to eliminate about 5 minutes of B-roll of me being absolutely miserable. I got my third stamp of the day, and I don't know if this is orange or peaches. I really hope that it's not peaches. Luckily, it was orange marmalade. This cheesecake was really interesting. It tasted like no cheesecake I've ever had before. It was like a mixture of cheesecake and creme brulee in texture, but the taste was cheesecake. I would really recommend getting this if you haven't tried it. It also gives you a stamp for the Fromage Montage, and the price point's pretty good. Overall, I was pretty surprised by this food. Look at that jiggle. It got an 8 for taste and a 7 for value, so that's a 15 out of 20. That's pretty good. So we're gonna go out and ride some rides real quick. Just want you guys to see. My wing lady is actually eating some of the desserts with me. I think we're gonna go try to ride Test Track and some 3 Caballeros. I'll put the wait times on the screen here. It's pretty busy today. This is a Friday. It's the second day of the festival and Labor Day weekend. So, and then I'm gonna walk out to the car. We gotta get some charging going on. I got a cooler out there with some waters. Gotta get this neck fan charged up. Get back in here and
Finish her up.
eat some more food, I guess. Like and subscribe. The ride broke down the second that we're next in line.
20 minutes later.
How you doing?
Bruh. I mean, not a sponsored shout here yet. We just ate the cheesecake and we charged the camera. We're gonna go back in and ride some rides, and then I gotta eat more food because we have too many stands left for the bar. They're enjoying this. That's why they're still watching. You're watching because you enjoy my pain. I mean, that's cool. Like and subscribe. Will not be stopped. It's the best you got? gotta eat at least 2-3 more stands, man. 2 or 3 more. We're going to Germany. This is taking a turn. Samantha? It's a problem. This is Germany. Again, why am I telling you what country this is from when I'm narrating the video? In Germany, we did get the bratwurst, the schnickennudeln, and the Festebier. Now this bratwurst is $6.25, and I did get it last year, and I didn't like it at all last year, and I didn't like it again this year. Taste is a 4, value is a 4. It's a score of 8 out of 20. Get better bratwurst in Germany. This right here is what I'm talking about. This is the reason why there's a rule that I could only eat something one time. The best way to describe this dish is think potatoes au gratin, but substitute noodles for the potatoes and then add ham and caramelized onions. To the choir. That's delicious, baby. Yeah, this is a 20 out of 20. Lastly, we got a Festebier. It's just a classic German beer, nothing special here. It's like a 9 out of 10 though, because it's German beer. The last stand we were able to get today was the Alps, and we got the raclette with ham and baby potatoes. I didn't say it in the last clip, but the schnickennudeln is a Emile's Fromage Montage stamp, so we're up to 4. This raclette with ham and baby potatoes is going to give us our 5th stamp. So now we can get the Emile's Fromage Montage special dessert. Now I know a lot of people love this, and it has a cult following, and what I'm about to say might be a little controversial. This is not as good as you think it's going to be. I did give it a 7 on taste and a 6 on value, so that's a 13. I don't get why so many people are like freak out about this. It's not that good. It's just not. Seven more ducks. We have to go to Wawa.
Hold on, I gotta clean the camera. Did you get the goods?
I snagged $40 just in case another stand is cash only. After my daughter woke me up, I was very relieved because this is the first time I've gone to the bathroom in over 2 days. You've seen how much food I've eaten. It's all still in my body. We picked up right where we left off on day 2, and the next pavilion was India. We got the tiki masala. Natalie always makes fun of me because I say tiki masala. Again, I'm from Pennsylvania. It's just what we say.
I'm from Pennsylvania too!
Okay, it's tiki masala. Now this is $6.50. However, the portion size you get for the cost, I actually think this is a great value. It's also really good tikka masala. 16 out of 20. Next we move on to China with one of the most puzzling price points of the entire video. We got a smoked duck bao bun. This thing is 2 bites. I mean, the taste of the duck is really good. I gave it a 9 on taste. The problem I have is I'm paying $8 for a bun. That's a value of 2. So it's a 10 out of 20. Disney, why does this cost $8? Anyway, we round the corner into Mexico, and we pick up the Flanta de Barbacoa. The issue I have is that it's $8.75, and it kind of just tastes like an empanada. So in my opinion, I don't want to pay $9 for something that I can get at my local Mexican restaurant anytime I want. I wouldn't be as critical of this if this was, say, $5. The taste was an 8, the value was a 2. That's a 10 out of 20. And boy, oh boy, everybody better buckle up now, because now we're moving on to Australia. I wanted to get the dessert here, the mixed berry pavlova. I didn't know what a pavlova was, and I thought you guys knew what lamb and shrimp tasted like, so I figured I would get the pavlova. This was a mistake. Now, this is described on the menu as having a crunchy meringue shell. I'm pretty sure Disney just fleeced me for $5 by giving me a plate with piped insulation foam on a plate with mixed berries on it. Disney, what the f*** is this? What the f*** is this? This is a taste of a 1 and a value of 1. Why do I even have to give this a 2 out of 20? I couldn't leave my Australian brothers from down unders on a 2 out of 20, so I decided to go back and get something that looked good. So these grilled bushberry shrimp on the barbie were really good. They were $7. The only knock I had on them was the price point. Again, I got 6 shrimp for $7. That's an absurd $1.17 per shrimp. But the taste was a 9, the value was a 2, so that's an 11 out of 20. Next, we moved on to Hawaii, and we got the pineapple cheesecake, which is also a stamp for the Emile's Fromage Montage. I didn't need to get that because I had already collected my 5 stamps because I'm an absolute G. But this cheesecake for $5.25 was awesome. This was actually really delicious, and I love the extra mile they took to make it look like a little tiny pineapple. I really liked this, but I didn't really get to eat too much of it. Natalie's right there, and I'm staring at her because of this. It
was really good.
Spin that back around. She made me do that 3 times, and then she ate, that got her to eat the entire cheesecake, just so you guys know. Overall, the taste was a 10, and the value was a 7. That's a 17 out of 20. Let's go get the free dessert. This is a key lime pie Dole Whip dessert. You can only get this if you complete the Emile's Fromage Montage. You can't buy it, so I'm not going to rank it. Natalie didn't really like it. She thought that the lime Dole Whip was a little sour. I personally thought that the vanilla ice cream complemented the sourness, and I didn't think it was that bad. If you're into key lime stuff, maybe this would be up your alley. I thought last year's mixed berry one was better. We're going to drive back to the house real quick, let the dogs out. I think Natalie's going to take a quick shower. It's about 2 o'clock. We're going to come back around 5. We're going to finish this puppy up. Stay tuned for the fireworks, man. What the hell's going on? So we came back to EPCOT around 5 o'clock, and oh my god, was it busy. Apparently Joey Fatone was playing tonight. We didn't know that. Is Joey Fatone actually that popular? Anyway, we beelined it to France to finish off the last pavilion in the showcase. This is consistently me and Natalie's favorite pavilion, so we decided to get like all the food on the menu. So the first food we're going to try from France is called brioche à épices avec une garniture mornay de trois fromages.
Didn't you take French in high school?
Yes, in Pennsylvania 10 years ago. Way longer than 10 years ago. Anyway, it's a bun filled with cheese. Why is this 10 words long, France? You're just trying to make me feel stupid, and now my wife thinks I'm a loser because I don't remember French I learned in Pennsylvania when I was 15 years old. Thank you. Regardless, it was $8.50, and it tasted really good, but that's a lot of money for a bun filled with cheese. So it's a 9 on taste and a 6 on value. That's a 15 out of 20. Next up, we have the Trio d'Escargot Graniture à la it ou persil. So for all the people that don't know how to speak French, it's a little tiny croissant, and it has escargot inside. You get 3 of them, and you can dip it in this little garlic dip that has parsley in it, and it's really good. You should get it just for that. Overall, the escargot was a taste of 9 and a value of 8. That's a 17 out of 20. Lastly, we have the beef bourguignon, and this is Natalie's obsession. It's tender short rib and mashed potatoes with a red wine sauce. Anyway, this is $8.95. The taste is a 10 and the value is a 9, which is a score of 19 out of 20. And once again, France has the best pavilion 2 years in a row, according to me and Natalie. Then we got a Bordeaux wine. If you just want an even body wine, this is pretty good. Overall, it's like an 8 out of 10. Then we walked back out of the showcase past all these people with NSYNC shirts that were 50 years old. I'm not judging you. We ended up doing a twofer here on the east end of Future World, which when you walk in is on the left, which would make you think it's the west end of Future World, but it's not. We ended up doing flavors from Fire and the Fry Basket. Now, Natalie got a table and I went and got the food, and when I came back, she was sitting there talking to this lovely couple from Indiana, so we didn't get a lot of the B-roll footage of the close-ups of the food and everything, so we just ended up just putting these both together. But that couple was really nice. If you're watching, shout out to you guys. From Flavors for Fire, we ended up getting this smoked corned beef for $6.50. It says it's corned beef with kettle chips and it has cheese curds. I don't recall seeing any cheese curds there, but regardless, it's corned beef on top of homemade kettle chips with like a beer cheese sauce and pickled red onions, and it's absolutely delicious. Overall, the taste was a 9 and the value is an 8, so that's a 17 out of 20. We're giving a lot of really high scores here at the end. And then we move on to the fry basket. This is $8 for 3 things of fries. This is a solid snack to share with somebody, or if you have little kids. Disney's doing something a little bit funny with the french fries in the middle, which are actually the best ones. The black garlic truffle sauce that's on them is actually available all year round at the Pinocchio House as a black truffle parmesan fries, and I'm pretty sure you can get these french fries at any other park. They're just going to be on different french fries. But I did give this a taste of 6 and a value of 6, which is a 12 out of 20. Lastly, I do have the Mojito Blonde Ale from Three Daughters. I did like the beer, but it didn't taste like a mojito. It just tasted like blonde beer, so it didn't really give me the whole mojito experience. So it's like a 4 out of 10.
He wants to have better table manners. I can't take you anywhere. Beg your pardon, everyone. Let me just a moment. Come on.
The time has come, the walrus said, to talk of many things, of shoes and ships and sealing wax, and Carolina Reaper wings. Fuck me. Next we got to the Brewing Labs, and you can see these wings look scary. Y'all, I'm in trouble. They're like coated in sauce of Carolina Reaper. So I did what any decent man would do, and I stalled by drinking all the beer first. The standalone beer on the left-hand side was a Raspberry Blanc wheat beer from Crooked Can. This just kind of tastes like a mild sour, so it was like a 6 out of 10. However, I was pleasantly surprised by the cider flight. This is not something I would usually be into, but they had some really interesting flavors. Specifically, the pumpkin spice cider was really good, and then we had a mixed berry cider. I wasn't a big fan of the apple cherry. I'm not a fan of cherry flavored things in general, but overall, if you're a person that's into ciders, you should definitely pick this up. It was a really good variety of flavors, and I really liked it. And now it's time for the unnecessarily spicy yet extremely tasty Carolina Reaper pepper curry wings. A more accurate description of a food has never been given in the history of man. Am I going to take a little nibble? Nah, I'm going to eat the whole wing, because mama didn't raise no so spicy. Why did I get Carolina Reaper wings as the last thing? Alright, so these are actively hot as but underneath of that heat, the sauce is actually pretty tasty. Imagine the spiciest Indian curry sauce you've ever eaten. Because they delivered on exactly what they said they were going to, I gave it an 8 out of 10 on taste. You are getting 5 wings for $7.75, which I actually think is an incredible value at Disney, especially compared to some of the other stuff we got. So I gave it a 10 on value, which surprisingly gave these wings an 18 out of 20. What a dark horse.
They finger looking good?
No. They're actively spicy as.
Ready to go get a milkshake?
She excited because we're about to get a milkshake.
And I got ears. Aren't they cute? Duckies. There's ducks in the water. I count 1, 2, 3. There's 4 of them.
You have to take your word for it. You can't see it on him.
There's 4 of them.
Oh my God, I smell popcorn.
Special shout out to Edith Louise.
Edith Louise, that's your favorite ride. Shout out to Arthur Syracuse, our oldest subscriber. I think the milkshake stand is closed. Rest in peace, milkshake. It was strawberry cheesecake anyway. That's not my jam. We're gonna go see if the what's the name of that?
World Showcase.
World Showcase, yeah.
See if we can get ourselves a pumpkin cheesecake.
Was that Samantha? You heard that?
I'm so sad. I really wanted to try that milkshake. Everybody has been saying it's so good. I'm intrigued.
That lady's laugh cracked me up. Feed me. We should have been doing it like that the whole time. It's pretty good. You ain't taking that. You better come back here. We're gonna go see the fireworks. And with that, we've completed the challenge. I'm gonna put the rankings up here on the screen in a second, but I just wanted to take a second to say thank you if you're still watching this video. We have some more Disney content coming up. We're also gonna be going to Las Vegas next month. We have a trip planned to London, and then we have some cheap and expensive cruises coming up. So if any of that content sounds interesting to you, you should join us.